Hey everyone, this is John from Models by John Michael. If y'all could go ahead and please subscribe to this YouTube channel, that would be great. I promise you, it doesn't cost a thing. Just be sure to hit that notification bell. And also follow me on Facebook and Instagram. Check out what I got posted over there. So I want to talk about an experience that I had a week ago today, actually. I went to my first ever IPMS model show. For those of you that aren't aware, so IPMS stands for International Plastic Modeling Society, and they do shows all around the country. Actually, they do shows internationally. Um, and this last Saturday, I went to my first one ever, and I will tell you that I had a blast. It was great. So much to see out there. The level of competition and the level of builds was just mind-boggling, for lack of a better term. The quality of builds is, just really astounding. If you follow me on Instagram, just pop over there real quick and you'll see some of the pictures that I posted of various builds um, of all the different models and stuff that were there. Everything from aircraft to Gundam to cars to custom builds, figures, dioramas, World War One, World War Two, modern aircraft. You name it, all scales, ships, submarines, military armor and vehicles and things like that. So there was no shortage of things to look at. Not to mention, there was also a trade show that was going on there. So you had, let's see, various. I didn't see any vendors out there per se, and there might have been, but I just didn't notice them. But it was all pretty much private sellers. And it was everything from books to reference materials to models, of course. I saw some airbrushes out there for sale, decals, aftermarket photo etch kits. You name it, they had it out there, and everyone was great. I got to rub elbows with a few folks and stuff like that, and really, really did enjoy myself. And I'm already looking forward to going next year. Now, I did enter a few pieces into the competition. I had two aircraft, and one was the FW-190 that I completed earlier this year, and then also the F4F Wildcat that I did earlier this year as well. I entered both of those. The Wildcat I just put in as a display. The FW-190 actually put in the competition. Now, I didn't win anything with the FW-190, unfortunately, but I also entered my Boba Fett build, which I actually did a number of years ago, 2 or 3 years ago at least. So I've done a video on it. So I know you've seen this one before, but I had never entered this in a show before, so I figured this would be a pretty decent build. So believe it or not, I won silver with Boba Fett here. This was in the science fiction basic build category. I didn't really do any modifications. The only modification I did was this line right here. So the line that this comes with is not hard plastic, but it's like a semi-flexible plastic. And my son had picked it up. I had the line on there. My son had picked it up and he straightened out the arm. And when he did that, it made the line snap. And I really couldn't glue it back together. So I took a bit of string and substituted the line with the string. And it worked out beautifully. So that's really the only modification that I did. And so I won, silver in the basic build category, which I was really amazed that I even won, because they have different events there. So they have a silent auction, they have a raffle that you can get into. So I was at a $1 or $5 raffle, depending what you did. I just did the $1 raffle. I didn't participate in the silent auction, but after they do all of that, they do the awards, and the awards is the last thing that they do. And I'll be honest with you, I was thinking of just packing up and leaving early, but I decided to stick around because I wanted to see if any of the pieces that I had voted for actually won, right? Because they do have um, People's Choice Awards for different things. And so I did a People's Choice Award. And of course, the one I didn't select didn't win, but I think the guy who built it was a beautiful F4F Wildcat. It was an Edward kit, and he did some modifications to it for the engine, so you could see he had like the engine panels off, so you could see the engine inside, and he had the panels on the wings off for the guns, and it was just a gorgeous kit. And that was my People's Choice because that was actually the first model that I saw that just kind of blew my socks off, if you know what I mean. Um, so yeah, and that didn't win, but I was really, really, really surprised to hear that they had announced that I had won anything at all. I mean, it was my first model show ever. So that being said, and the level of talent that I saw there, you know, when you're in your own little bubble, you kind of think, oh, I'm great, or not really great, but just that I'm pretty good, right? That's kind of what you end up thinking. And, I'm not tooting my own horn here by any stretch of the imagination, because I really don't believe that I'm the best model builder out there by any stretch of the imagination. But, you think you're pretty decent, right? I thought I was pretty decent until I saw some of the stuff out there, and I'm like, whoa, I've got a long way to go. So, but, it's not really a sense of humility, not even a reality check. It's just kind of one of those things where it just, you know, you kind of see the level of talent out there, and then you look at where you're at, and it gives me something to aspire to, right? And that's more or less kind of how I took it. I want to be a better model builder, right? And because I don't know everything about model building, and I'm okay with that, but it's all a learning process. And some of the builds that I saw out there, I mean, just, I can only dream of actually doing myself. But I figure that maybe one day I'll actually get there. And it's really cool to see the different takes on model kits as well. I mean, because there were a few, different FW190s out there. One guy actually won a couple awards, or at least an award for his FW190, and it was a beautiful, I mean, just absolutely beautiful build. I don't know if it was an Edward kit or not. I don't remember, but his really blew mine out of the water. So it was well deserved. I mean, everyone who won something, it was well deserved. Uh, me, I know, was it well deserved for me to win for this Boba Fett kit? I mean, maybe, I don't know. I mean, the judges obviously thought so. So I was just thrilled that I actually won anything at all. So, as I said a number of times now, but it was a lot of fun. And like I said, I plan on going back next year, and hopefully, maybe I'll get gold, um, and I have a few ideas, and you guys tell me what you think about my ideas. So one, I'm actually thinking about doing a small diorama of, like airborne infantry from World War II, maybe something that looks like it's out of the Battle of the Bulge or something like that. Maybe I'm thinking like two guys in a foxhole kind of deal. Is kind of what I'm thinking. Um, just something simple, something small. Maybe no bigger than this, probably. I'm not going to go grand or huge, like do like a 112 figure, because this is a 112. Um, so I don't want to do anything big like that. Maybe, you know, maybe that tall. My guy, my figures. Maybe a little shorter than that. Maybe 48 scale. I don't really know, but that's one idea. Another idea I have the shuttle Tidarium kit from Return of the Jedi. I'm thinking about doing that. So we'll see. Those are the two that I'm really thinking about. And then of course I have some World War II kits out there, that I have in my stash that I'm thinking about doing too. Um, so we'll see. Anyway, guys, that's all I got for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Y'all take care. Happy modeling.